Hi everyone, welcome back to Thrift Witch. Today I have a small group of items that I picked up at my local thrift store to share with you, as well as a special guest assistant today that's going to be inspecting apparently all of the items as I'm telling you about them. So this trip I did check out the entire store, however, everything I picked up was basically hard goods or available in the collectible items section of the store. First item I want to share with you is this lovely piece of vintage 1981 chalkware of this kitten. It is marked here on the bottom, 1981 Miller Studios Inc. It's in very good condition with only a small chip from the toe area of the kitten that when hung up really laid flat or hung up you really can't detect or see. Here we have a nice little surprise find. This is a vintage Holt Howard cock rouge or red cock or red rooster dish, and I wasn't 100% sure what the nature of the dish was until I looked it up. Most commonly this is called a nut dish or, well, a nut dish. It's very shallow, you really couldn't hold a great deal in it, and it did come in a set with others. This little guy was all on his own. He's in very good condition, with a small chip somewhere here. Yeah, here on the very back of at the tip, but you can't actually see the chip really from the front, and it doesn't affect the color. So a nice little vintage find. Next is this teeny tiny little squirrel. So I haven't really been able to figure out exactly what this squirrel's purpose was, so if you know or have ideas, please feel free to drop me a comment. I was thinking perhaps it could have been attached to a, like on the top of a pin cushion or needle cushion, but I'm really just not sure what he was for. However, he's in good condition, he is ceramic. I do like squirrels, so I picked him up. Next up is this vintage piece of flamingo ceramics. This piece was incredibly dirty when I picked it up. Definitely sat somewhere for many, many years, covered in gunk, to the point where actually the bottom was actually dark brown throughout. And it took quite a lot of elbow grease and effort to get this back to the condition it's in now, where it shines. You can still see probably, if you look really closely in some of the cracks and crevices, there's probably a bit of remaining dirt. You know, if anything, if nothing else, picking up something like this that's literally covered in years of just basically dust and neglectful grime does show that it has aged. It's in really nice condition with no damage at all. It was just dirty, and now it's shining, and it's a really nice flamingo piece. I also got this vintage coin purse, tiny little coin purse. It's in quite nice shape. There's only one spot where there is, I think, one missing dot here on the purse, and a little bit of rust on the metal that I can actually take care of probably with a bit of elbow grease and an SOS pad. Definitely a vintage piece. Picked that up for, I think, 99 cents. Really cute. Somebody wants to be really involved today, so you'll have to forgive them. Eugene, don't make a mess. Don't knock over things. Thanks, bud. Here we have a pair, although I don't necessarily think that they were meant to be together as a pair. I think they're just two of the same, of these little kitchen prayer dolls. The prayer says, bless my little kitchen, Lord. I love its every nook, and bless me as I do my work, wash pots and pans and cook. And it does have a gift craft label on the bottom and is marked Japan. Now, these are kitschy and vintage, even if what they say fills me with dread for what the expectations would have been of me and other women in the time period where these were made. The brown marks here are a bit of dirt. I will clean them up before I sell them. Again, they're both in really nice condition with no chips or cracks or damage. I think that the reason they were bundled together at the store was they thought they were a set of shakers. However, they're identical and they don't have different numbers of holes. So to me, you could use them as a set of salt and pepper shakers, but really I don't know that they were ever actually intended as a pair, but they were priced 2 for 1, so that was good for me. Next is a little vintage strawberry shortcake figurine. This is definitely meant to be given on a 4th birthday to a little girl, probably. No marks on the bottom. The original tag was there but has been since removed. It is not ceramic. I think it's resin. How you can tell vintage strawberry shortcake items is the look and shape of strawberry shortcake. She's a bit chubby. Modern strawberry shortcake has been, reimagined to be quite a skinny character, and I have to say I prefer original strawberry shortcake. Next is a spaghetti poodle figurine. I've picked up quite a few poodle figurines recently, and this has to be one of my favorites. His spaghetti decoration is in very good condition. No damage to his face. He's never been decapitated. The only damage is one petal on the pink flowers, partially lost here on the front. He is marked Japan with a registration number or other model number, etc. Really loving finding these vintage poodles. I think they're amazing. Next is a little Beswick piece. Beswick is a ceramics and dinnerware company and decorative figurine company from England. This is a Beswick, marked Beswick, England, and it is also stamped Beswick, England here with a model number or mold number. And this is Katie Country Mouse. So I'm assuming Katie Country Mouse comes from probably a series of books. There seems to be a publisher list here. I thought she was very cute, and having the nickname Kate and a niece whose name's Kate, I was drawn to Katie here. Here are 2 Occupied Japan pieces that I got for I think $2 or $2.99 each. Was a very good price. Toothpick holders or other little decorative pieces. The donkey and cart. Someone has obscured that it says made in Occupied Japan. I'm not 100% sure why. It's much more clear on this piece here. Made in Occupied Japan. I just thought they were great, and for the price, both in really great condition, I picked those up. Here we have a pair of wooden shoes from Holland, clogs. I think these were a popular item probably in the 70s maybe. The reason I picked this pair up, I haven't picked up others I've seen in the past, was the color. I love the minty green shoe and the pink and purple flowers. They are meant to hang as a set, as a decorative piece. They have their original price tag on them of $18.75 and the sticker that indicates they were made in Holland. So I don't know. I don't think they were ever meant to be actually worn by children or something. I think they were always decorative. However, I don't know for sure, but I picked them up because I think they're lovely and they have great color for someone's bedroom or bathroom or another place they might want to hang these. Here we have a ceramic rooster. I see these occasionally, often when I see them, because I believe sometimes they're cold painted on these red parts on the comb and the face. There's a lot of paint loss and chipping on the paint. This one is in good condition. These are usually made in Portugal or Italy, most commonly I think Portugal. This one is indeed marked Portugal. It's in excellent condition with no damage visible. No repairs, and for those people who like to collect roosters and hens, thought it would be a great piece. Next up is a pair of owl bookends. I think that these are a hobbyist piece, maybe done at school or done during a ceramics class, or someone who was making ceramics from home. Thought they would be nice set of bookends for someone who likes owls or books or just likes to collect random things like me. And the last item I have is this little piece of lucite. I have been keeping my eye out for vintage pieces like this for myself actually, and this piece will be staying in my collection. So this one contains a little underwater view with a starfish and shells, and the thing I am most looking for a seahorse. So these are often quite scratched or cloudy, but you can polish them. So I have already applied a bit of elbow grease to this little guy, polishing up the surface scratches with a plastic polishing material. The last thing you want to do with lucite or with any sort of plastic like this is use ammonia or Windex on it, because it will actually break down and destroy the plastic. You want to use a plastic safe or plastic specific polish for this. So I was able to buff out all of the cloudiness and the small surface scratches, and with a bit more elbow grease I should be able to actually polish out the remainder of the scratches. I'm going to keep this, like I said. I just love the seahorse and have been looking for these. I'm also going to be hanging on to the strawberry shortcake piece, as well as probably the little squirrel piece for my own collection. Everything else is going to be offered for sale at our Thrift, our booth at the Gore Street Antique Market in Perth. If there's something here that you're interested in purchasing or want to know more about, please feel free to drop a comment or send me an email, and I'd be happy to talk about it with you. And again, if there's anything that you out there know more about than I do, always looking to learn about these things, expand my knowledge and information about these collectibles. And and also the total for this haul, so the total for all of these pieces was somewhere around $50, I believe. So my policy essentially is I don't buy things unless they're for me, or I can usually at least double my money. And that's all my ambition is. So if something costs me $1 or $1.50 or $1.30 with tax or whatever, I might ask twice that, so maybe $2 or $3. So if you are interested in something, don't be afraid to ask thinking that they would be prohibitively expensive. That's not the case. I really am just looking to, pick these things up, resell them, and pass them on to someone who's going to enjoy them. Or if there's enough room for someone who's actually going to resell them themselves, that's okay with me too, as long as I'm happy with what I'm making for profit. So thanks again for watching. Thankfully, Eugene has departed and he didn't break anything or knock anything over, so we got lucky. And so thank you for your time today. Bye.